Well, hello everyone, it's Phil here again, and this is another of my Walking in the West virtual videos. And as you can see, there's a paddle steamer just going past us. So I'm at the lovely place called Dartmouth, and the name tells us all. It is at the mouth of the wonderful Dart River, which goes all the way up to Totnes, and you can take boat trips up to Totnes from here, and from Totnes down to Dartmouth as well. And across the other side at King's Weir, you can pick up the steam train that will take you all the way up to Paignton. If you might just be able to see it on the other side there as it's passing along and just about to go under the trees. Come on, we need a choo-choo sound, and we need a railway whistle. So this part of Devon is called the South Hams, and like most nautical places in the country, has a rich history. So a little bit of its history, because I think it's quite interesting, is that after the Norman conquest, the French realised the value of a safe harbour, and quickly realised that Dartmouth would be an ideal safe harbour for them. And by the 14th century, the harbour and the town of Dartmouth had become quite rich because of merchant activity and the importing of French wines and other goods. And during the wars with France, and we seem to have been at war with France for centuries, there were attacks, more and more attacks coming, and to the extent that they decided to build a castle here, which I'm not going to cover today, because my last tour of Dorset featured the wonderful Corfe Castle, and if you haven't seen that video, I'd recommend that you go and take a look at it. I guess this is a good definition of being high and dry. The castle was completed in 1400, and this is an amazing fact to me that they actually erected a movable chain across the river to a fort on the other side to stop attacks from the river positions. It seems that Dartmouth's been under attack through its history, and in 1404 a 2,000 strong fighting force from Breton in France landed in Slapton, on Slapton Sands, which is just a little bit up the coast from here, with the intention of capturing Dartmouth. And very quickly a volunteer army was put together, and they defeated this Breton army, which had knights in armour, fully trained, and of course they were not very movable, and the local army defeated them, and they were not supported by archers, so that attack failed. The French were unhappy with privateers' activities in France. So where do you place the blame between the French and us? In the late 1500s, under threat of the Spanish Armada, Dartmouth sent 11 ships, and in doing so they captured one Spanish flagship, and it was brought to Dartmouth Harbour, and it was moored here for a year. Can you imagine looking out on this scene and seeing a Spanish ship of war? The crew were taken off the ship and they were made to be slave labour at Greenway House, which is now famous for being the home of Agatha Christie, which is up in those hills. In 1620, the Pilgrim Fathers sailing on the Mayflower actually stopped in Dartmouth for supplies and repairs on their journey to America. And the castle saw more action in the English Civil War. So that's a little bit of history, but there's a lot more that I could go into. But I really want to spend the rest of this video just capturing the energy, the water, the boats, and the lovely place of Dartmouth. So enjoy. Part 2 of this video will be a tour around my private yacht ahead of us.
You make me feel afraid. Using words I'll never say. I can only think it must be love. Oh, but anyway, it's looking like beautiful love. Someone tell me how I feel. It's a long but vivid ride. Kiss me like a final meal, yeah. Kiss me like you died tonight. You're in high count of your life. And I only never see life. Lying with you at the wall. Something I don't know what to say. But anyway, it's looking like a beautiful day. You can pick up me.
Probably worked it out, I'm walking around the botanical gardens, which are really quite lovely this time of the year. We are south enough to support the growth of palm trees. This is the small inner harbour, which is here at very low tide at the moment. You can see just through the arch there, water from the river. So we're at low tide. And some of the buildings around this little harbour are really quite special, aren't they? I'll just pan around. Some serious crab fishing going on here. I hope they throw them back at the end of the day. And as you can see, we've got two big Dartmouth riverboat cruise ships that go all the way up to Totnes. I have done that trip. It's a lovely trip, and they're lovely boats. Being on the top deck is the answer if it's fine weather. There's a small little passenger ferry that goes across the river here. And a lively trade in river trips here. People enjoying the sunshine and the river views. Doesn't get much better than this, does it?
Right, Tommy's turn. Let Tommy do it.
Castle Ferry. No jumping, no diving, no tombstoning. You know, I'm not sure whether that's ugly or beautiful. You can almost imagine some sort of guns on the front, can't you? Kind of warship kind of look to it. In contrast, they're probably enjoying their little trip up and down the river as much, at a much lower cost. And here comes another ferry.
Look at him! Yes. Is it all right? I think so, because that's all right. When you get into the building, you can see that. I don't really want that on. Then you can send it to Chris, Jerry? Yeah, I'll show it, send them a couple and tell them this is where you need to go for your holidays. Right. I'll delete them when I have them over. I'll take you. We don't have the yet.
Got to get rid of that algae. That's the oldest barometer I've seen in a long time. (1860), John Hardy. Shake hands with the door knocker to open the door. So this is run by English Heritage. It's Bayard's Cove Fort, built in the 16th century. Had heavy guns to protect from enemy ships. And as I said earlier in the video, the river was protected by an iron chain across the estuary, and guns at Dartmouth and Kingsword Castle at the river mouth. So these would have been the gun ports. Absolutely fascinating. Very, very well protected estuary at the time, wasn't it?
Thank you. Okay, so
2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. That's going to be really muddy there, so I'll wipe it for you a second. Do you want to go back up, guys?
Where should we go?
Come on, Flaps. He's not used to it.
I think he's only done it once.
Oh, paddling!
You take it. What do you think you're going?
You got
Hang on,
paddling?
stay where you are, sweetie.
I got paddling.
Okay. Lovely, thank you very much. Do you want us to go to the back?
Yeah, if you would, guys, want to go back up.
Paddling, come on,
Sorry.
Dad.
I'll just wipe that for you, sir.
okay, thank you. Marvellous. Good service.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
My things are over.
Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And Mum, you need to smile.
Look at Charlotte.
Oh, that's lovely. I like it. You look so cute.
Look.
You have to work today?
Just going across the ferry here, and can't beat a boat trip, can you? You get a different perspective from the water, don't you?
I didn't know when you were doing it. No, you're not.
I'm going to film video of you.
All right, so
Alright,
let's hope you don't crack.
having a good season?
Yes, please.
You are.
Well, no.
No?
It's been a bit quiet.
Has it? Till now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping to build up. We can't wait till the week after. And say,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably your biggest week for income, isn't it? That week,
It should be.
and for the whole of Dartmouth.
Yeah.
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 Depends on the weather. You're quite.
Depends on the weather.
Always
Just
does.
Pray and hope that it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Right, you might be steering. Stand up. Good man.
Wow. Hey.
Yes. Okay, guys. Big man. I don't think we can do anything. Yes, we did, sir. We will use the last one. Very good. There's 6 of them, sir. Oh, thank you, sir. You can definitely come again with that. That's gold dust.
Sure.
Oh, come here, Mark. You can have it. Good job. Well, he was there while she was holding the tiller.
That's a good one.
Well, no water's at 115.
I guess this qualifies as messing about on the river. Well, this is the remains of Dartmouth Castle. Amazing vantage point to protect the mouth of the Dart. Just catching the paddle steamer heading out. And a view down the rocky beach below. Quite spectacular landscape. Also used in the Second World War as part of our defences against Germany. Below me, St Patrick's Church, which is, I believe, looked after by the Heritage England. Although I'm not going to go in there, you can see ahead of me the gun tower that was used again in defence of the Dart estuary to protect Dartmouth and access further up the estuary by whoever, invaders, the French, Germans, all those peoples that have tried to invade and conquer us over the centuries. So I'm signing off now. I hope you've enjoyed my quick walk around Dartmouth, and see you next time. Well, hello again, friends and followers. You're going to be rather envious of me now because I'm just down the road a bit from Dartmouth, where I shot a video yesterday. Hopefully you have seen it by now, and I'm sort of stopped off on the road to Kingsbridge, and this is a particularly beautiful beach called Blackpool Sands, not to be mistaken with the notorious Blackpool. And there are 3 beaches along this stretch, and it's a glorious day. And although this is a very busy beach and a very popular beach, there's still plenty of room for everybody here. And if I carry along this road toward Kingsbridge, the next place I come to is a place called Slapton Sands. And I made a video of Slapton about a year ago now, and it's a very interesting place because it has World War II connections and was used by the Allied troops, particularly the Americans, as a practice beach for the D-Day landings. Well worth visiting that video that I shot of Slapton Sands, and I don't think there's any such military history on this beach, but I haven't done the research, so I'm not absolutely sure. But there's a light breeze. It's very pleasant. The parking is exceedingly cheap, which surprises me by today's standards. And there's some beach volleyball going on over there, and people near to the water. And because it's the summer holidays, there's plenty of kids around, presumably having fun, digging sandcastles and all that kind of stuff that we all used to do when we were kids. I'm not sure whether you're going to get much wind noise. Hopefully not, because I've got what they call a dead cat on the wireless transmitter. So it'll be a bit of a test for the technology I'm using. And I have been here before, a few years ago, and I don't remember if the got a cafe and bar area was built then, but it's a lovely addition for somewhere to sit, have a beer, enjoy the sunshine, or come down here and do the traditional sit on the beach. Someone trying to fly a kite. I was never much good at kite flying when I was a kid. I'm heading towards the lifeguard station, because I have a lot of respect for the RNLI, who provide safety on our beaches. All around our coastline are lifeboat stations where they risk their lives to rescue people in distress at sea around our coastline. It's kind of nice, isn't it? Who needs the Spanish Riviera when we've got days like this? And a lovely green hillside as well as a backdrop. I can't see any lifeguards. Oh dear. Another little cove just towards the headland there. Can't be easy to get to, can't see anybody on there. So I'm going to walk back towards the car park and the cafe area. Where I will finish my whistle stop tour of Blackpool Sands. Apparently it's a deep shelving beach, which means that the beach drops away quite quickly and the water gets quite deep.
saw her. Wait.
Yeah.
Time for a cool one. See you later.